Welcome to Bussin with the Boys. We have an awesome guest on today. Max is the one I always talk about. Like when I got to the Raiders, there was a teammate that says like, "Oh, Bussin with the Boys." Did you go to a bowl game?
It was the Bahamas Bowl, the fucking Camellia Bowl.
What's that?
Fucking hater, bro.
You said chlamydia
The
bowl?
clap bowl.
Always had an up and down year again.
How Gruden is.
Oh yeah, he's a stud.
Fucking on it 24/7.
Playing with Marcus.
Marcus Mariota. He's super cool. He's one of the most humble.
Dude, he's so genuine.
Good dude. I fucking love Marcus.
Derek Carr.
Dude's in the building every day, 5 o'clock. The dude is dialed 24/7. His play speaks for itself.
Like, what are the things that were the hardest mentally?
I was drinking way too much and it got to a point where it was like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? And for me, I've always, been a person who loves to fucking party. And a day ago is a year. I'm a year sober.
Hey, let's fucking go, man.
I know you have Waller on here, and that's my guy. Like,
Bro, that's
he
awesome.
helped me a ton. So after a game on a plane, how am I not going to want to drink a beer with the guy? A million things are going through your head, but you'll never figure the shit out unless you walk through that door.
Hey, get the mic close, bro. Welcome to Bussin with the Boys. We have an awesome guest on today, Maxx Crosby. Everybody, we finally got the boy to Nashville.
Oh yeah,
we finally got the boy to Nashville after after how many letdowns? Like 2, 3?
I think 2, possibly.
It was disappointing. I'll say I was hurt because I felt like we had a nice little friendship going on.
It was a rough time.
Yeah,
and I had to get right. I'm here. I told you I'd be here.
What's explain your voice? Because it's obviously
yeah. It's all your voice now, all the time. No, I just had a little COVID bid, so
like a month ago, right?
About a month ago, yeah. It was not all right. I was a little congested. I'm finally getting my voice like back now. So
wait, and I haven't done this the last couple times. This podcast is presented by Barstool Sports. Shout out the boys at Barstool Sports. I always got to say that. If not, like, it's a bit of a deal. I got to make them clip in this thing. Oh, this episode of Bussin with the Boys. The Boys is presented by Barstool Sports. If I don't do that, we got to say it. If we don't say it within the first couple minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's more of a bit of a deal for Bloss back there. He gets a little angry with me, which is fair. It's merited. But so COVID, you had it last year though in training camp, didn't you?
Technically, I had it, but it was kind of my fault. So I went.
What do you mean by that?
First 2 days of camp, feeling good. I'm back in football. Finally back in the facility. Get a call at 5:30 in the morning, and he's like, "You tested positive." Blah blah blah. He's like, "How are you feeling? Do you have symptoms? Whatever." He's asked me a bunch of questions. I'm like, "Listen, bro, I don't have it. I feel good." I was like, I'm a little bit stuffed up. I have allergies around this time, but like I'm fine. And he's like, he's talking to me, whatever. And then he's like, yeah, technically since, you have allergies and you're stuffed up, that's considered a symptom. So you have to sit at home for 10 days. This was right as training camp started. So I'm like, I shouldn't even have said anything. I was just being honest. So yeah.
Oh, so wait, did you test positive for it or not?
I tested positive, but they never retested me and I never got sick.
Because this was kind of the first wave when all the
that was when it was
testing was kind of happening and things like that.
Yeah, and it was rough.
I gotcha.
Rough, yeah,
I had a
yeah.
You got to get naughty with that thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say
so
it's
you
just
gotta,
like it's right here. Just
You got to treat her right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel weird. There's no
just feel normal.
Yeah, just grab that thing, get a little close to your mouth.
Let's relax.
But
no pause.
When what game was it? I want to say it was Green Bay. Charo was feeling a little under the weather, but it was kind of like a mild headache. Yeah. And a very low fever. Like I'm talking like 99.5, like nothing serious.
Yeah.
And I leave the house and she's like, babe, I don't want to worry you, but I'm feeling like this. I would hate for blah, 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 blah. So I basically take a screenshot and send it to our head guy, Todd.
Yeah.
And, he's like, we got to do the whole close contact thing with you. And so I had to just sit there and isolate. I had to leave the facility. I had to go home. I felt nothing. And I knew in my mind, I'm like, there's nothing going on with her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like she had the symptoms of COVID, but you have to play. You got to play. You had to play it so safe this year. It was like, I had to write a separate plane. Even on the way back, I was like, boys, we win this game. Like, oh wait, no, it was Texans. It was the Texans because we did win. That's when we won the clinched the division. Because I was pissed. I had to isolate in the hotel room.
I remember that. That was when y'all were kind of under a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I remember seeing it all over the place.
And I was like, boys, we clinched the division. Like, I'm riding back with the fellas. Like, I'm not riding by myself home.
You got to.
But because you sit there and do retest, which it seems like you didn't get the retest in training camp.
No, I was helpless.
So you just chilled at home
for 10 days. Yeah, middle of training camp. I came back and it was halfway through training camp.
Was it nice though?
It wasn't bad. I wasn't mad.
Like, hey, did you
after the first couple days?
Like, hey, did you really lose there?
Yeah, I didn't really lose. But
like, it would have been bad if you had COVID for real. But since you didn't, you get out of training camp, middle of training camp. Yeah. We already had a shortened training camp.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
I wasn't mad necessarily. It was just the fact I knew Rod Marinelli was going to kill me when I came back. So that was what was lingering in my head. I'm like, if I just sit here for 10 days, I was like, I really can't do that much at home. So I'm like, when I go back, I'm screwed. I'm going to be dying. Like, because the first 2 days, Marinelli was literally trying to kill us.
Do you talk about the legend of Marinelli, bro? I've heard stories.
I love that man. I love him.
I hear he's old school.
Oh my God. He's a Vietnam veteran. He's straight from the book. Like, this dude, he walks up, no matter where you're at in the building, he just stirs the pot at all times. He'll come up, he just tries to motivate you in so many odd ways, but like it helps a ton because he loves the shit so much and he's been in it for so long. It's like you have to respect what he says. So like, no matter how off the wall some shit he said, you're just like, oh fuck it, like I'll just do it.
What's the most off the wall shit you heard that's appropriate? He's like, I don't know if there's anything.
There's a lot. But this is back to the COVID thing. So just back to COVID. So he calls me and he's like, you're fucking, you need some of my blood. My blood's fucking tougher than yours. Saying all this shit. I'm like, you're probably not wrong. I would destroy that virus. It's fucking nothing. And I'm just dying. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to say.
Yeah.
So he's just going on. I'm dying laughing. And he goes, this is what you need to do. He goes, go in your backyard. I know you got palm trees. You got all that. He goes, you need to go in the fucking backyard. He goes, you need to work our hand drills. And he's sending me all this shit. He was dead ass serious.
Is he sending you videos?
He's sending me the drills, the name of the drills that I need to do on a fucking stiff palm tree. And I'm like, he's fucking with me. And he calls me the next day in the middle of meetings in front of everybody. He's like, Max, blah, blah, blah. This is what's on the palm trees. This is what I need you to do today. This is what we went over, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I need you to send me videos. I'm in my backyard. No fucking shirt on, smacking doing hand drills on a palm tree. And my hands were fucking, I literally had splinters in my hands. And I'm sending him the video and he's dead ass serious. I did it the whole quarantine in my backyard.
Now, was he coaching you through these videos that you were sending him?
No, he just...
Like, you got to fucking strike here.
Knowing him, he'd probably just fucking dying laughing. Because I would just send the videos, he'd go, great work. That's it. He wouldn't even tell. He wasn't even too direct.
Yo, what a legend!
He's a legend, bro. I've never been around someone like him.
I heard I heard he's tough on the field.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking like running.
Shit.
Conditioned.
It's called EDDs, our everyday drills. We do them every single day from start of training camp to the end of the season. Week 17, we're fucking first 10 minutes, we're going. Like, we're flying through bags, get off.
Different from last year.
Change direction. Yeah. In a way, like, Coach Buck was pretty tough on us, too. But I feel like as the season went on, like, we kind of took our foot off the gas in practice a little bit. But Marinelli was just, like, he took care of us. So he didn't try to necessarily kill us. But, like, that first 10 minutes, we're getting
You're working.
It. Yeah, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, right off the bat, so.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah, he's next level.
How, let's talk about the season.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Because the boys had an up and down year again.
Yeah.
You guys started off solid, similar to the year before.
Yeah, we're 6-3.
Huge win over the Chiefs too.
Humongous.
And then it's like the back half.
Every time.
Here, hang on a second. My agent's calling me. Neil, what's up?
Will Compton superstar.
What's up, boss?
I just wanted to see what you thought of TJ Hawkinson and how that Bussin radio interview went.
Well, I'm actually about to interview Maxx Crosby, but TJ Hawkinson was phenomenal. I didn't ask the question. I didn't ask would you cut your dick off for a Super Bowl?
I'm glad. Thank God. I know. I told people you're coachable. You will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but he was awesome. We're gonna have him on again.
Good. So you're glad I connected you up on that.
Oh, absolutely.
And Maxx Crosby is the kicker?
No, he's a D-end for the Raiders.
He's thinking Mason.
Oh, that man.
You're thinking of Mason.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm about to interview him, so I got to get off here.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, boss. See ya.
So they're like, oh yeah, fuck that kid. He's a piece of shit. I knew all about that guy. Fucking asshole. That's what I was just waiting for.
Oh, hey,
shit.
when he goes, Maxx Crosby, I was like, oh man, I hope he don't say some shit about
That's
him.
what I'm saying. I was just ready. I'm like, oh, here we go. What is he about to say?
You know, I talked to Rob Marinelli, and he told me that
He's a fucking coward.
His palm tree game is weak. But talk about the ebbs and flows of the season.
It reminded me a lot of our time when you were there, my rookie year. It was more promising even. You know, that was the hardest part about it was we're 6-3. We've beaten the Chiefs. We've beaten the Saints. We beat the fucking Browns. We're beating all top tier teams. So just our confidence level was like, we couldn't do anything wrong. Like we just felt in practice, our confidence, it almost got to a point where like, we were too fucking like, we're like, oh, we got this shit. Yeah. That's what it almost felt like. And you could see it. Like people started, workouts, people aren't doing the same, doing the same.
Do you feel like your guys got more loose about it?
Yeah, I feel like so in a way. And that's something we talked about, after the season. It's like staying locked in from second you get into training camp to week 17, we're fucking dialed. And that's something that bothered me. And that's, it's tough, but it's tough, but we have a ton of potential. And if we're playing as a team and at our best, we can beat anyone.
Oh, absolutely. I think every team who's like playing well, they do feel themselves a little bit. Like, everybody kind of goes through it.
Like you believe the hype a little bit.
Yeah. Because I like Vrabe, he always does such a good job. Like when we win, when we're winning, you almost sit there and you're like, yo, do you even feel like we won? Because he's so like, wants to humble you. Wants to humble you about it. Like, stay the course. Like, keep your blinders on, blah, blah, blah. And you'll leave a meeting. Like, does he know we're winning? But that's like, that's the athlete in us. Like, that's like,
it's
and that's the coaching in them to where they're trying to keep you level headed about it. But, messing with every different type of person in the locker room, it's always a little different.
It is. And that's, I can see both sides. Like, and I get it being a coach. You're like, okay, I don't want these fucking guys to think they're, they made it now, like, right? Because they had a couple good games, you won a couple games, like I get it. But as a player, you're like, okay, you feel good, and like me personally, like I really care about every single game. Like my individual performance, I know if I'm at my best, I'm gonna help my team win. Like I'm gonna give my team a better chance to win. So like I try to be as dialed as I possibly can, and you can fall into that. The media, there's so much different shit going on. It's like you can fall into that trap, but. That's why I feel like, just as a team, we got to be locked in. And like, I feel like Gruden does a great job. Like he, how Gruden is. Oh yeah,
he's a stud.
On it 24/7 in the off season. Like I'm there rehabbing every day now. He pulls me in. I'll be in the training room. Yesterday, he's like, Max, come up here. I want you to fucking watch a little bit of film with me. I got some guys I want you to see. Like little shit like that. Like he's locked in fucking all year round. So as a team, it's tough. There's so many personalities and there's so much shit going on that like it's a tough job to really win a Super Bowl. Bro, everyone's got to be fucking on the same page.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Like, it's different, bro.
Like Tampa Bay won and they weren't even the best in their division going into the playoffs.
No,
you know what I mean? They were 0-2 against the Saints.
Yeah, they got blown out. Like they got blown out by the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill had like 250 against them. He goes in the Super Bowl. He had like 70 yards, but it was like towards the end of the game. But like, bro, I don't know what they do or what they did, but like, they dialed in at the right time. Isn't it
insane? Bro. Like just Tom Brady just still doing it, and he just signed. Like he just signed again. He just signed today. God,
it's unreal, bro.
It really is unreal.
There we go. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I got you.
The best part is we get to edit. So
no, you're good. But yeah, no, it's unbelievable. Tom Brady, like just the shit he's done it's unbelievable. And I like just getting to play against him. He's the only guy I've been like that's fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
no
I was
question.
on the field, like before the game. I try to get out there before everyone, kind of just do my little stroll in my, my pregame little outfit. I fucking walk out. I'm in the opposite end zone in Vegas. And I see Brady walk out of the tunnel by himself. He's like around the 50-yard line. I'm like, it's fucking wild. Like I kind of look, you want to say like, what's up, Tom? Like, like, what up? But yeah, like after the game, like they smacked us, and it was a tough game. But like getting to talk to him after the game, I looked at him. I looked like I was looking at a god. Yeah, it was different, bro. Like I see Mahomes and Drew Brees and those guys. Like no disrespect to them, they're fucking great players. Like it was just different, bro. It was like not a human.
Yeah,
it was different. I don't even know how to describe.
We played against the Patriots when I was in Washington. He pointed. And he's like, "Jack's 51." And I'm thinking, "Oh shit, that's me."
Yeah,
like
about me.
Yeah, like you get mics like every game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like when it's coming out of his mouth, you're, "Oh shit, that's Tom Brady." He's fucking he's talking about me.
Like it's different, bro. I don't know what it is with him, but he's the undisputed GOAT. It's like being a basketball player and you're going against Jordan. And you're getting to meet him. It's like. Yeah, like that's
he is the undisputed GOAT.
Fucking play the game. It's unbelievable.
Of football for sure.
Yeah,
there's like all arguments. What do you think about the arguments some people are making? Is he the greatest? Does he have the greatest resume of all time?
As far as like
if you're measuring him up to like the GOATs of the other sports, so like Jordan.
Yeah, well, you look at it. The first thing everyone says is your rings. How many rings do you have?
Yeah,
he just passed Jordan, so he's got 7. But the only thing with Brady that just makes it weird is like he's the greatest athlete of all time. That's what people say, but he's unathletic.
He's not an athlete.
He's a white dude.
Yeah.
So just like fuck, like it's hard like, to say like he's the greatest athlete of all time, and he couldn't outrun my dog.
Yeah,
he's
right.
He's a meathead.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's just weird. Like that's why I think it gets a little tricky. Like you can't really cross sports. It's hard. It's too hard.
He's like, it gets real tricky. Yeah. But what's impressive about it is he's won more championships than Jordan in the team game that is football.
Yeah.
Because football is like the most, like you were saying it earlier, like you need everybody. It doesn't matter how well you start. It's like you got to hit the stride going into playoffs.
Yeah.
And you have to be on your shit because there's only one game. There's no best of 7.
No.
You get 1 week in between every game. Like you're prepping for that one game. And it's just different. Like you have 53 guys on a roster, and you're trying to get everybody drinking the same Kool-Aid to go after and win a Super Bowl. When anything can happen too. It's not like somebody can just take over.
Yeah,
like I mean, Tom can, but you need everybody.
Yeah, you need a receiver to run the right route. He needs to catch it. He's got it. There's so much to it, but when you look at him, you don't win fucking 7 Super Bowls by coincidence.
Yeah,
that just doesn't happen by accident. Like just his aura. I just feel like that's what it is about him. Like the team, like when he came to the Buccaneers, they basically had the same roster. People were like, why is he on the Buccaneers? They're 7-9. And like, they're like, shit, Jameis threw for 5,000 yards. Like, bro, Brady came in and changed everything. They all bought in on Brady, basically.
Right.
You come in, you have a guy that's that highly respected. It makes a difference, bro. He's just, especially when he's your quarterback running the show. It's like, you don't want to disappoint him almost. That's what I feel like. Like, Fournette was on his shit. Like, everybody was just clicking.
It's got to be different, too. Like, when you're one of the players and Tom's on your team.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
And you speaks on basically anything. You're just like, oh, that is fact, whatever he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, how do you think any differently? You know what I'm saying? You can't
even debate him. You're about, like, argue. Like, you're just like, it's Tom. Like, you can't.
Yeah, like, we got to pick our shit up.
Yeah, like, we got to pick our shit up. He knows how it looks. He knows how it's supposed to look in practice. It's just powerful. It really is. Especially in football, there's too many moving pieces. Like, you have a guy like that, makes it easier.
No doubt. Year 1 to year 2, what are some of your biggest, what are the biggest differences going from year 1 to year 2? What'd you learn? Because you're not a rookie anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
especially coming off the rookie year you had. You had, what, 10 sacks?
Yeah, 10 sacks. So.
I mean, you were the big dog on campus.
Yeah, a little bit, but it was awesome. Like, my whole experience from year 1 to year 2 are completely different. And, like, for me, I knew coming in, I'm a 4th-round pick. I went to Eastern Michigan.
Trash school.
Yeah, okay, relax. We would beat Nebraska.
Okay, let's take it easy.
I'm serious. But anyway, just going into that year, okay, I'm coming from Eastern. I'm a 4th round guy. I have no expectations. Like, just for me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just come in. I gotta just prove every single day that I deserve to be on the team. Like,
Right.
I wasn't even guaranteed a spot. Like, I was a 3rd string DM, slotted in going into camp. So
And y'all drafted top 5, same spot.
Exactly. So it was like, okay, like I knew he would have a lot more pressure than me. And for me, it's like, if I just come in, do my thing every day, do what I've done all of college, come in, outwork people, and just make plays. That's all I got to do. And for me, my mindset never changed. And it was the same thing. You know, I just had an opportunity. That's what it basically came down to.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got my opportunity and everything, you know, panned out well. But going into my 2nd year, it was like, okay, now it's flipped. Like now, okay, boom, you had 10 sacks as a rookie. Now everyone knows who you are. You're going to get more attention, more expectations. You know, it's just a lot that goes with it. And for me, like, I didn't go to a big school. So there's no social media outlets like talking about you all the time. It was just a little bit different. So like,
because Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, it's Eastern Michigan. We're in the middle of Ypsilanti. No one goes there for vacation, but
it's trash.
I'm giving a shout out to Ypsilanti because I love Eastern.
It sounds like it.
I do.
This episode of Bussin' with the Boys is brought to you by Chevy, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The Silverado is strong, advanced, dependable, hardworking, gritty, just like the people who drive them. You. The design is big, bold, and commanding, and this truck turns absolute heads, boys and girls. Shout out to girls too. A partner with grit and determination, anything is possible with the Silverado. Everything from tailgating, hauling, towing that new boat or RV or trailer if you want to flex on somebody, off-roading with the boys, moving day with your family, helping out a friend or family member, move a couch maybe, road trips, all of it. The Silverado has your back. Go to a Chevy dealership near you. Tell them that the boys sent you. Choose the most dependable truck out there, and that is the Chevy Silverado. Shout out the boys.
And it just, it was a tough year mentally for me, I would say. You know, early on, just trying to, you know, battle, trying to meet expectations and deal with a lot of shit I had going on. So, yeah, for just mentally, it was the hardest thing for me. But like,
what was the hardest part mentally?
Shit, well,
like when you're sitting here talking about it, like what's flashing in your head? Like what are the things that were the hardest mentally?
Yeah, well, for me, coming off my rookie year, it felt like nothing could go wrong for me. It just like I got lost in the sauce a little bit. And for me, I've always, you know, been a person who loves to fucking party, and I was that kind of guy in college and growing up. So for me, shit, it was kind of an issue for me, but I just was able to get through and shit like that. But once, you know, you have your first NFL off season, you have 4 months off completely. You have no rules, you have no class you got to be at. For me, I just, you know, I was lost in a way.
Oh, so you're saying like you started to get after it and get in the deep end when it comes to getting lost in the sauce.
Yeah, like partying. I was just partying, and, you know, I was drinking way too much, and it got to a point where it was like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? I woke up one morning, I'm like, I need help. Like, I can't even, I was at a point where I had no management of my life. I was fucking all over the place. So, I went and got help.
What happened that made you realize like, oh, this is fucking...
Bro, I was lost. I was lost just mentally. I couldn't, I was so... Just my decision making and my priorities were so backwards that it was just like, okay, what am I doing? Like, I just had a great rookie year. I have money to take care of myself. I have a beautiful house now in Vegas. Like, from the outside, everything looked fucking perfect.
Like you got it together. Like, Max life is fucking awesome.
He figured it out. He's got life under control. But inside, bro, I was dying, bro. I was lost. I was going through so much shit, just dealing with, you know, different just distractions and shit going on, and I was fucking just lost. So for me, I was like, I need help. I called my agent.
When was this? Like what month was this?
Last year. This is literally a day ago is a year. I'm a year sober. So yeah, yesterday.
Hey, let's fucking go, man.
Yeah. So it was big time. So for me, I'm doing great. I'm fucking in the building every day, training my ass off. You know, I'm working the program. Doing everything I need to do. So like, just for me, I needed to get everything reeled in, and I knew I needed help. I wasn't, at first, it's the hardest thing is just walking in the door, accepting that you got a problem, And for me, that's the hardest thing. And you see people struggle with it. They go to fucking rehab 8 times and they still can't, they can't deal with it. There's so much going on. So for me, it was just like, literally, this is what I need to do. Everything is going this way, but off the field, I'm fucking just diving off a cliff. So I talked to my team. I talked to my family, my friends, my girl. Fucking, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I had to fucking pick up everything and go to LA, get all my, I had to go get right.
So you went to rehab in March?
Fuck yeah, bro. I was out there till, March. I left April 11th. I was there for 30 days, fucking in Hollywood, and it was crazy, bro. They fucking, I had to get my shit together, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Dude.
My life now, a year later, I can't even tell you. Just like, for me, it's like, I never grew up religious and shit like that. So for me, I didn't know it was just like me figuring it out, and my family, we were all in sports, and we just kind of figured out what we did and found our way. And for me, I was just lost, bro, and I needed to get back on track. And for me, I knew this is the one thing that's always been a crutch. Like, even in college, like I got a DUI in college. I got in trouble. I tried to get sober, but I wasn't working any program. Mm-hmm. I was just fucking my coach, he
more so just lie or be like, I'm going to switch it up. And
well, it wasn't even that. It was like, boom, I got in trouble and I got a DUI. I'm like, I'm going into my last year. I'm like, listen, coach, I can't be out 2 games. Like, my second game, we're playing Purdue. It's a Big Ten game for Eastern. Like, that's huge. I need to ball out. I need to be on the field. This is like huge. I knew I was going to the league that year. So I was like, coach, I'll fucking do anything. Like, you got to get me. I'll do community service, do whatever you need to do. So he's like, give me a couple weeks. He had a plan for me and whatever, but I wasn't in AA. I wasn't working.
You weren't actually fixing the problem.
I was just white knuckling it, bro. I was just staying sober. I would still go to parties and be in that environment sober as a motherfucker, miserable. And now, like, my girl can have wine and do her thing and whatever, but like, it's completely different. I'm working a program. I have built in, it's just a whole program that you got to unfold everything that you've been through and gone through it. And I know you had Waller on here. And
bro, dude, I don't know if you listened to that pod.
Of course. And me and Waller, we work with the same people, and we're fucking, that's my guy. Like,
that's
he helped me a ton. So it's awesome. And it's literally a day by day thing, but it's like my life now off the field is going that way now instead of fucking that way. So football is football. I love football. I put everything into it, but if I don't have the off the field shit right and do that, I'm not going to be to where I want to be.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I want to be a Hall of Famer. And people think probably right now, they're probably like, damn, he's fucking arrogant, whatever. That's how I think. Man?
Yeah.
And nobody thought I would fucking go and have 10 sacks as a rookie. No one thought I would get drafted. I left school a year early at Eastern. And everybody told me I'm fucking nuts. Don't leave. You're going to fucking go undrafted. But I said, no, I'm ready. And I fucking just bet on myself, went to the combine, did my thing. I've always betted on myself. That's how I do things. So, yeah, for me, this is another thing. It's like, okay, this is another path. I had something I had to figure out. And I've been fucking doing everything I can to do it. And I'm a year sober. I can't, like, at the time last year, if you told me I'd be a year sober today, fucking on a bus with you, I'd be like, that's fucking.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense why, not that you're flaking. And
no,
I feel bad that I'm giving you shit for flaking. Because, you know what I'm saying? You're like, you just never know what people are going through.
Yeah, like, you never know.
You really don't.
Had no idea. Nobody, not a lot of people knew.
Because we're trying to navigate through the Super Bowl weekend, remember? Like, we're trying to, I got deals, like.
Yeah, I was doing that stuff.
Feeling yourself finding, like, the funnest opportunities.
Yeah, just trying to have as much fun as I could, but I was just lost. Like, I was not happy deep down. It was fun in the moment, but it got worse and worse. And I was like, okay, if I could fucking do everything I've accomplished so far in my life, I'm gonna fucking attack this shit just the same way as I do everything. And that's what I've done. And it's been awesome, bro. Like, I've met so many people. I've been in rooms I never thought I'd be in. Just like, it's unbelievable. But
is this stuff you were dealing with in the season?
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. I was doing the whole deal. But like, bro, there was a couple times I showed up.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm asking because you're like, you went 30 years into the rehab. And then like
30
what's
days.
30 days? Yeah, not 30 years, not 30 days. But like, but say yeah. And then you're talking about, you know, you were still in it in the season. Like, what's the process that goes on after the 30-day thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you're with D Wall and you're meeting people and talk about like what's the process that you're continuing to work as you're going into the season and also in season.
Yeah. So, like I said, I got out April 11th. Then after that, I was like, okay, like I'm out of rehab. Like this is like crazy to me. I'm like,
were you nervous?
Yeah, fuck yeah, a little bit because I didn't know it. Like the 30 days I had there, it's not like you hear the word rehab and everyone's like, oh fuck, like what? Like you're crazy. Like people look at you like you're crazy. But for me, it's like I'm comfortable in my skin, so I don't give a fuck. Like I'm doing what I need to do.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
For me, whatever. At first, I was a little freaked out, and once I got out, I was like, okay, I did my rehab, I did my 30 days. Like I'm trying to just go home and be with my girl and the dogs and do my thing.
I mean, in Vegas.
Yeah, like but it was in Vegas.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to Vegas.
Yeah, but like our front office people and like all the people I was working with, like they're like, okay, next now you're gonna go to sober living. So it's basically like. In a way, it's like getting out of jail and going to a halfway house. Like, so that's how it was. Like, I got out and I'm like, damn, I have to go fucking to another place and do this. And I was like, whatever. I'd call my agent the first day. I'm like, fuck this. Bro. I'm trying to go
for sure.
home. Like, fuck that. Like the first,
like I did it, man. I did my time.
I fucking did it. I need to go home. But I was at the end of the day, it was the best decision I ever made was staying there, bro. I was in LA all the way up until training camp, a week before training camp. I ended up staying all the way April all the way to August, and it was amazing, bro. I found a trainer out there, and it's basically sober living. You're in a house, like 8 guys, and everybody, it's the same shit. You go to your rehab, whatever, then you go to sober living, and everybody, they got like a weight room outside, and like they're lifting, people are lifting and shit, and you just chill, like you do your meetings and shit, like a couple times a week, and you do like your stuff that you're supposed to do, but it's basically just chilling. Like it was a nice house in California, and like we just all hung out, like we became boys. And at first I was so against it. I'm like, fuck this, bro, like get me out of here. Like I'm not trying to be with them, I'm trying to go home. And it took a while. I was kind of just like in my own little world for a minute. Yeah. But then like I started talking to a couple of the guys, and like everybody was super cool, and like I still talk to them, to this day. There's a few guys, and like I got people that I was in rehab with that I fucking still talk to right now. Like the relationships I made, and like it's like fucking, it's the biggest blessing I've ever had in my life, and it's like the hardest thing I've ever had to overcome. And then that's why like I carry that shit on my sleeve. I talk about it because it's like somebody else is gonna need it. Because like right now someone's going through the same shit I went through. And having Waller in that locker room, he knew what was going on with me being sober. Like during the season, you probably didn't know, but like people knew I was partying fucking hard like during the season. But I was, we're in the building 6-7 days a week, so like you can't really do it how I do it. Like, you know what I mean? So like yeah. So like I was able to keep my shit together. But you hit that off season, you got all the time on your hands. It's just like
because there's no structure, like you said, there's no college.
Bro. I love structure, and I need structure. Like I love having a schedule. I fucking like right now I'm 5 days a week. I'm at the facility. I'm lifting 8:30 in the morning, doing all my rehab. I literally go up and meet with our coaches all of the time, like during the week. Like I like having that because I don't need to just be sitting at home fucking 10 hours a day playing video games. Like I come home around 2:00. My girl's there, the dogs. We do our thing, and like I got my meal prep on point. Like I'm just like, that's how my brain needs to. For me, it's like I need that schedule. I need that plan. Okay, boom, I'm eating this time of the day. I like having my shit planned out because for me, just our minds having that addictive personality. Like, you need structure, bro. And that's what I need, and life is a lot more fucking easy now and simple, and I'm not looking over my shoulder worried about, oh, fuck, what did I do to this person? Like now it's like, okay, I get everything out. I've been talking to people that I've wronged, people that I've, had fucked up situations while I was, going through what I was going through, and like just getting that shit out instead of holding it in. Like, bro, it's the best feeling in the world. And like people see that. They see what I'm doing for people. I'm fucking helping multiple people and reaching out and doing things like everything I can do, because that's what like drives me now. It's like not the fame and all that shit. Like it's cool. Everyone likes that. Like
everyone loves attention. Oh, for sure.
Everyone does. And for me, I love football. I want to be the best. So I want to know that people know, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is. But for me, like having all that shit off the field and doing the right things in life, that shit makes me so much more comfortable in my skin. It's crazy.
Dude, good for you, man.
Yeah, bro. It's been awesome.
I appreciate you sharing that.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I had no clue, obviously.
Yeah.
And you never know who's watching either or listening right now. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could be going through something
100%.
thinking, because everyone thinks everybody perception of like an NFL player or a professional athlete, like they have everything together.
Oh yeah.
And, people don't get that everyone is a human being and they all have their own shit.
Absolutely, bro. I was in college. I thought people were going through issues and shit. When I came to the league, I'm like, damn,
right?
Like, there's some wild shit going on that people really don't know.
And we're all
like,
so masculine and alpha, and we have a hard exterior, and you always want to seem like you have the right shit going on.
Exactly. No matter what's going on, you always got to put on that like, I'm good. Like I can fucking, I can handle anything. But
right.
That's what a lot of people are scared of doing, is like fucking accepting that, people got issues and they're going through shit, and just like facing that shit head on. So
I don't know if I don't know if it was like Gary Vee or Rogan recently, but one of them made like the comment. I was listening to some like YouTube inspirational thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, our insecurities are ours to own if we just own them. Like if we're vulnerable enough to just talk about them and own them and admit that like we have these issues going on, then it just kind of liberates who you are, because you're able to talk about it and just be like, I'm a human. Everybody has their own shit. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
Literally, like my favorite quote of all time is like, I heard I hear it a million times being in the program and shit, but it's like, if you've done nothing wrong in your life, then don't judge me. Like if you're perfect, then you can judge me. But at the end of the day, bro, every fucking person in this room has done shit that you're just like,
Bust.
I'll never tell any. Yeah, bust, my bad. Like everybody has that thing. You're like, fuck, I won't say shit. Like, that's
absolutely.
something I hide. Like, in college, I did some fucking crazy shit. Like some shit you try to like, you know what I mean? Everybody has that. So like for anybody to judge me because I've done what I've done, fuck that. Like that's cool. Like if you want to hate on me and do that, I'm fine. I'm happy with myself. I know what I'm doing, and I know I'm doing the right shit. So
right.
You can say whatever.
And
you're
in your own like awareness about it too.
Yeah, I see everything so much more clear, and it's just like it's the best feeling, bro. And it took a lot, because I was the same person. I was so like I really cared about my image, and I was like I need to be known as like hard ass like football player, blah blah blah. Like that's just how we are. Like that's how football players are, bro. It's our natural nature, but. Yeah,
and our insecurities only grow because you have to be a macho athlete all the time.
All the time in public with your family. Everyone looks at you like, oh shit, he's an NFL player. So you got to act like everything's fucking together. But like at the end of the day, bro, if you admit the shit, that's what's being a man, bro. I don't care. I don't people that try to put on a front and do all that shit unravels eventually.
Yeah.
At the end of the day and shit, if I have nothing to hide, it's just like for me that feels good, like just
absolutely
being able to talk to people and let people know what I went through, because
number one, it's gonna
help me.
It's gonna help them who you don't know is paying attention.
Yeah.
And it also like you put your own accountability in there too, because you're kind of saying it over and over, and you're putting it out there, and you're kind of giving yourself an accountability that you have to continue to kind of stay on the path.
100%.
When did you and Waller first have a conversation about it? That's what I'm curious about. Like, was there something you sat back and looked at with Waller and you're like, you know what? I need to fucking admit that I have something going on here, and he's able to do it. And it kind of gives me, I guess, courage to fucking, feel better. But I'm not saying it's him, but I'm saying it had to have felt good knowing that
for sure
somebody like Waller's out there talking about it.
Yeah. And you see like, so for me, like it wasn't me going like talking to Waller one-on-one. That's not how it necessarily happened. But I had, our same people work with each other. So like we have, mentors, sponsors, people we're dialed in with all the time. So his people, like they worked with Waller. So then his guy kind of found out about what I was going through. And then Waller found out. So it was like, they're like, just come to a meeting one night. And at first I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm not like, I'm so nervous. And like, at first you're terrified. Like now, like shit, we have our meetings every week, and like, it's the best fucking time. All the guys, former, guys that have gone through the same shit, from different backgrounds and stuff. We just, as me, Waller, and good group of guys, bro. Like we literally just, it's an hour and we just talk and just
that's awesome.
Talk about what you're going through, and it's your story. Like the biggest thing is your story is gonna help. And like we just talked about that, but like just hearing like what Waller's going through, like shit, he's sober. He's over 3 years sober, but he's still a fucking human. He's gonna have problems, and you're gonna have issues and shit come up. And that's what helps me. It's like, okay, boom, he's been sober for 3 years, but shit, he doesn't have everything together.
Right.
I don't have everything together. I've been sober for a year, but I'm still learning and growing so much. So for like me, it's like there's fucking you hear from guys who are 45 years sober and they're still dealing with, the littlest shit that would bother
that
you.
they know that are like what triggers.
Yeah, like a trigger, any little thing, like just family, wife, kids, fucking. There's so much shit to it, to life in general. So like dealing with all that sober is not easy, especially for someone who's an addict. Like that shit makes it even harder, bro. Like you got to think about it. Normal people, they like, oh, I need to go get a drink. Like it was a long day, but they could just have their wine and go to bed. Like for us, it's different, bro. Like I can't just have a beer.
You got to get fucked up,
bro. What? The first drink is the first drink is the problem. It's not the 17th. Once the first beer's open, it's on.
It's like Frank the Tank. Once it just touches your lips, it just flows.
You never know what the fuck's gonna happen. Like that's just the reality of how it is. So I'm not afraid to say that, bro. Like I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and this has definitely been the hardest one that I've gone through. Like just fucking going through it, bro. Like the first few months I was struggling hard.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Clean. Like the first week, you're like, it's like the biggest relief. It's like your getaway. Like, okay, I'm out of this shit. Like, this is my fresh start. Then like, okay, a couple weeks go by, like, okay, now what the fuck do I do? Yeah. And a couple months ago, I'm like, this fucking sucks. And now, but it's just
again,
like,
you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part
I live in
too.
Vegas, yeah, but like I'm in Henderson, fucking quiet neighborhood. So it's like, it's cool. But it's like, my point is like, you just got to stay the course. It's one day at a time.
You're never at the end.
You're never at the end, bro. It doesn't matter if you're 55 years in. If you fucking if you start letting a hand off the wheel and kind of sitting back, doing kind of jumping over little fucking, little obstacles and shit you're usually doing, that shit adds up, and that can lead to that drink.
Yeah.
That's what it is. For me, bro, you got to be fucking 2 hands on the wheel. I'm dialed in, bro. I wake up every morning, every night. I do the same thing, do my little, say my little prayer. I fucking have my meetings. I'm doing everything I need to do because that's what I need. And like, I love it because it's a part of that structure. I love that structure. Like that's what makes me, be successful.
Right.
So it helps a ton. And it's just like, it's life in general. It's not even just alcohol. It's like this.
Oh, absolutely.
About life, bro. Like a normal person who's going through it, they deals with depression. If you just sit in a room and talk to people and have that conversation and open up about certain shit, it helps so much, bro. It doesn't matter what's going on with you. So
and talk about those insecurities.
Oh fuck yeah, because that's all that shit buried up. That shit builds up, and it's like that's where you just explode eventually. So
yeah, I mean it is too. Like that's like with life. Like if you you're using an analogy, sitting back and get a little loose with the wheel because you have 2 hands on the wheel right now.
Yeah.
And with anything, like you start to get comfortable or feel yourself or think like you've made it or you're at the end of something. Like literally, it never ends. Callan said it on the pod. Like, be careful what you practice. You might get really good at it, or you might get really good at the wrong thing.
Hell yeah.
You start to let loose. You're starting to practice being lazy or doing this or letting yourself, get off track a little bit. And then all of a sudden you're in it. You're in that lane.
Yeah, it's literally all it takes. A habit isn't hard to, hard to grow.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You do it one time, you're like, oh shit. And then I could, sleep in a little bit more. I don't really need to hit all 8 reps on a fucking reverse hyper. Like I don't need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love the gritty terminology you're using. Bro. He said 8 reps of the reverse hyper. Getting them hamstrings fucking right, dude. Rocked.
Yeah, but no, bro. That's just how it is, bro. It's like life in general, and that's the main thing for me. It's like football. It's the same shit. Every little detail in life, bro. Doesn't matter what it is, your family, taking care of your kids, every little thing.
Yeah, all that
shit, bro. You get too relaxed and comfortable, shit's not gonna go well. It's just life.
Well, good for you, man. Like
Appreciate
that's an awesome fucking story. I did not know we were gonna go down that kind of rabbit hole.
Honestly, you asked me.
You started going. I was like, oh shit, like
that's just.
I mean, but I do. I think it says a lot about you growing in it because you're able to talk so openly about it. Like similar, we keep talking about D-Wall, but similar with him, he's just able to talk so freely about it. Sure. And like I haven't had to go through something like that, but just something as small as I've been doing premarital counseling with my fiance. And even that stuff, it's like you start learning about what therapy is really like and talking to a therapist or somebody that can help you get these emotions out of your basement that you didn't even know you had. You know what I'm saying? Like you're sitting there talking, I'm talking one time because we were talking about living in different places, and I'm talking about how I like living in Nashville, and she wants to live around like, the beach or nature or something like that, somewhere that's not around people that I already know. And you're sitting there talking about it, and you start to realize like, oh, I've just been comfortable moving around because I'm always going to my next city to a next football team. Like, because she's like, well, when you moved to Nashville, you didn't know nobody in Nashville. But in my head, I'm like, but I knew I was going to a locker room. Like I knew I was going around people that I knew. So anytime I've had to move from Nebraska to DC to Oakland to Nashville, like I always know I'm going in an environment that I recognize. So that fear of not wanting to live somewhere where she's talking about living, because she's not in the bubble that we're in my whole life. Like that's where my fear comes from. And you sit there and you talk about your transition with football. Like, how do you feel about your like not playing football anymore, Will? And I'm like, I'm not like too nervous about it or scared about it, because I feel like I've prepared myself for this transition with Bussin with the boys and being like, an advocate for doing things off the field that keeps my mind where I just don't identify as a football player. So I'm like, I'm not too nervous about it. And she's like, you sit there and you talk about your life with it. And she's like, no, like you're scared. Like you're sad. Like you fear it. And I'm like, she's like, listen, you don't have to be macho. Like just talk about why you might fear it. And you're sitting there talking and you're going around and you're like, as a kid going from little league to high school, and just the next segment was paved for you, or paved, the way was paved. Pave the way, whatever you want to say. But you just go from locker room to locker room, and you're just always, for 31 years. It's just been 30 years. Right. It's already installed what the next move's going to be for me. Sort of like there's some unknown, but I know I'm playing ball. And just being on the other side, she's like, no, like that is hard. Like that is tough. Like you don't have to act like it's not tough. And you're sitting there. She's like, pick a word on the table. Pick a word from that sheet thing that everybody knows about. You say, you pick a word and stuff. She's like, talk about it. And you're just sitting there. You're like, I kind of thought I already did talk about it. Like, and they're like, no, like elaborate more. Like, what do you think it is that you're fearing? And you go on. And the next thing you know, you're crying. You got tears coming out of your eyes and you don't know why. And I'm uncomfortable with big emotions. So I'm sitting there trying to use humor to get out of this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And you got to sit there and live in this world, in this basement of your vulnerabilities that you didn't even know you had, or have words to even come up with it. And like, I've been in tears like 5 out of the 7 appointments, and you just don't know why. But I know at the end of it, I like love it.
You feel amazing.
Dude, I feel amazing. Feeling, you sit there, you're like wiping your eyes and stuff. You get out with your girl and you're like, yo, this is awesome. You just have an awareness about like that you're learning with yourself, that you're just like, now I see, like you see that side of it where people talk about therapy, whether it's they're going through an addiction or just going to regular therapy, or just they're battling things where you just go and talk with somebody. Like, I do think there's something to it. I love it. Like, I just absolutely love it. Shout out Sage Hill, by the way, because they're the that's the spot I go to in Nashville. But you're talking about all that stuff, and I dig it, because I'm sitting here and you're saying things that you were once very uncomfortable talking about. Like you did, like you've told me, you're like, you didn't want people to know. And now you're able to talk about it, and you just kind of feel liberated about it. And it's like 100%. You're coming up with these things in therapy that I've realized that I've had in the basement, and you just feel so much better actually talking about it and owning these insecurities that you actually have.
100%. It's the fear of the unknown, bro. It's like like you said, everything in life. The fear of going in, just walking in the door. It's just like me getting sober. It's like the fear of the unknown is like, okay, you have a million things going through your head. How the fuck can I live sober? How can I not party? How after a game on a plane, how am I not going to want to drink a beer with the guys? How, like a million things are going through your head, but you'll never figure the shit out unless you walk through that door and actually like. And
you're like, do I actually, like, I know I'm going in to get sober, but do I actually want to get, like, you're just battling all these conversations.
It's just like you with the wife and all that, bro. I've had to deal with it with my girl. We've gone through all that. Like, I've been with my girl since college. Like, we've had our ups and downs. She's seen it all, bro. So it's like,
and you got to get some stuff out that you're like, bro, nervous to talk about.
Everything, bro. We couldn't even have the normal conversation, but you have someone that's, that doesn't have a motive or an objective behind, like, just narrating, basically laying out the floor for you and your girl or whoever it is, just yourself.
Right.
Like, you talk to your girl and you'll be like, damn, like why the fuck didn't we just talk about this before? Like this is so simple.
Yeah.
We could have solved this shit. Like we've been stressing about for a fucking year.
Right.
All we had to do is have one conversation. But like that's life, bro. Everything. I feel like that shit always ties to everything, bro. Just being like the fear of the unknown like stops a lot of people from doing what they really want to do with their life. Like for me, that's why the sobriety, like back to it. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but like, it's the same thing, bro. Like the fear of the unknown. When I was leaving in college, bro, my coaches, my D coordinator, all them, they're blowing my phone up, bro, for days. And I don't blame them because it was tough. Like they didn't really know I was leaving. I told my coach right before the bowl game, my head coach, and I told him, Coach, I'm really, I think I'm leaving. I think I'm going to declare, go out to Phoenix. I got everything set up. I already knew who I wanted as my agent and shit. And, we got that all dialed, but it was just like that fear of the unknown. It's like, you're terrified. Like, oh fuck. Like, what if I leave school right now and like, I go undrafted, fucking doesn't go this way, blah, 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 blah. And then like, what if I just went back to school and didn't do it? Like, I don't even know where I would be right now. Yeah. Like, but just fucking getting in that door, bro, taking this leap of faith is like, that's the number one thing, bro. It's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing is just choosing to take action. Fuck it, bro. Just saying fuck it. And it's funny. You're talking about you and your girl, and it's like you just needed that third party person to sit there and kind of lay it out. Because the way I explain it, like doing the premarital counseling, is like you have all these things that you wish you could kind of have those conversations about. Yeah. But anytime it does, so like for instance, say Charles comes home and I haven't cleaned up something. Yeah. And she's like, I know in her mind, she's doing the best way to be like, hey, babe, do you think you could clean this up? Or would you like me to clean this up? Or I know you said you were going to clean it up, but would you like me to go ahead and do it for you? And in my mind, I know even though she's doing it in a very extremely nice way, I know she has, in my mind, an angle about it. Or something usually happens for you to have a conversation. So somebody's guard is usually up going into any conversation. You're just going to sit there, watch TV. Hey, let's talk about, when you didn't do laundry a few weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Your guard's usually up about something, or something usually happens to make you talk about it. Yeah. When you're going to premarital counseling or therapy with somebody, you're sitting there taking these personality tests and you're doing all these things, and they're bringing up conversations for you, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, this is a good thing to talk about. And then you dive in and you're reaching back at stuff in your childhood, your history that you didn't even know. How the fuck did we get here? Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel but you, bro. It's awesome, man. A huge advocate for the premarital counseling. We're going to continue to do it, but in therapy in general, I mean, amazing. And it's cool too because we've had BetterHelp as a sponsor, which has been awesome. This episode of Bussin' with the Boys is also brought to you by Dynamism Lab, specifically Man the Fuck Up. Man the Fuck Up is dedicated to helping you keep your man card current and active. While Father Time is trying to constantly kick you in the balls, Man the Fuck Up helps you fight back. Their all-natural, highly effective supplements are designed to work with your body to provide results. Man the Fuck Up is more than a brand. It's a movement. There's no hiding the fact that guys nowadays need to man the fuck up. Quit bitching, stop pointing fingers, and man the fuck up. The only thing scarier than Spooktober is your boy thinking he's going to the pregame with a patchy flavor saver. Boys don't let their boys go out looking like Patchy McPatcherson. Get ultimate beard growth and man the fuck up. You also don't want to be a Jordan crying meme face because your girl left you for a beard that is longer than Coach Vrabel's text to Will. I fucking love that. Than Coach Vrabel's text to me. That's a good little point. The ultimate disguise to the rookie starter pack is a big old man beard, and with Man the Fuck Up, you can get just that. Save 20% now by going to mantfupnow.com/bussin or use code Barstool20 on Amazon. That is mantfupnow.com/bussin or use code Barstool20 on Amazon. Shout out the boys at Man the Fuck Up. But let's shift gears, man. Let's give it. I love it though.
Yeah, I do too. Shit. Playing with Marcus
Mariota.
Yeah, he came from Tennessee. Yeah. He goes over to the Raiders. Yeah. I know he's an offensive guy. Yeah. Sure. What was it like having Marcus, having a fellow boy from the Titans over on the Raiders? I know he's quiet, so you might not even have a whole lot.
See, I do, and this is I'm happy you asked. Like, so when I first got, we got back in the building and we're in training camp and stuff. One is, part of my routines and my structures. I have to go in the hot tub and cold tub after every practice, no matter what, or I can't sleep at night. So I
Jesus,
literally,
what a life to live.
No, literally,
stressful
bro.
life to live.
No, literally, bro. Like if I don't get in the cold tub after practice and like something goes wrong the next day, I'm like that's why my fucking legs aren't where they need to be. I'm fucking crazy like that. So you guys know me now, but that's just how it is. Yeah. So I'm in the hot tub, I'm chilling after a day of practice. And fucking Marcus he would always be in there with me. It was just me and him. And I got to meet him and got to talk to him. And he's super cool. He's one of the most humble.
Dude, he's so genuine.
Good dude, bro. I fucking love Marcus. And his girl, now fiance, I believe, she played soccer at Oregon. And my girl played at Eastern Michigan with me when we were at school. She was a soccer
genetics.
player.
I see both of y'all.
Yeah, so, the genetics are very strong. But anyway, so she met. Me and Marcus met each other, and then Rachel and Marcus's fiance, they met each other, and they started playing like rec league, basically soccer, just to stay busy and stuff. And they became, good friends and everything like that. So me and Marcus this offseason, sometime soon we're gonna go to the casino or something and have dinner. But yeah, he's a really good dude, and I don't like practicing against him at all. Because he was playing scout quarterback and he's fucking flying around the field. Yeah. And it helped a lot just cardio wise. Like, you got to chase this motherfucker. He's running.
Because he's trying to get his in. He's not. Yeah.
100%. He's going all out. So I'm like, I respected it. And I'm in practice, it would get irritating a little bit, but I knew I had to run. But fucking Carl Nassib, big shout out to Carl. This is my guy, bro. He would lose his mind in practice. It was like week 16, like week 15 late in the year. And Marcus is still scrambling, juking, running 50 yards on field. And Carl, he's a vet. He's been in the league about 6 years now. He's the other big white defensive end. Carl would fucking lose his mind and fucking yell at Marcus, be like, fucking slow down, bro. I'm not fucking running 50 yards every play. I'm like, Carl, it's okay. Like after it would be over, he's like,
we're playing Drew fucking Lock this week.
Fucking Tom Brady. Damn it, I'm not fucking chasing anyone. But like, he would lose his shit. I'm like, Carl, just breathe, baby. Come on, we're good. We got to get it in. And he's like, after practice, he'd be like, nah. Like he would be happy, we had to go through it. But in the moment, he would fucking couple times
absolutely.
In the year, bro. He lost his shit.
Especially late in the year, legs are a little heavy.
Bro, Carl's a character, bro. He would fucking go. The littlest shit it would just set him off, bro. We would fucking die.
Staying on quarterback, Derek Carr.
Do you see?
Is everybody aware of all the bullshit he endures in the media, social, and all that shit, dude?
Yeah, well, it would be impossible unless you literally have no social media.
Is that not the craziest thing?
Bro, he trends like every other day. It's unbelievable.
Because he's fucking good.
Bro, he had his best season. His best season of his career. And you look at every number, every stat, whatever, and people still look for a reason to try to shit on him. And for me, it bothered me because I know Derek. Me and Derek have an awesome relationship. And he's like the one guy, if everyone just knew him and had a conversation with him,
no question,
you would feel like a piece of garbage trying to downgrade him. So he's the dude's in the building every day, 5 o'clock. First dude in the building. The dude is dialed 24/7.
And he's a quarterback, so he's busy, but he literally, a time goes by where he doesn't text back. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
Never.
Like he's the most genuine dude.
Yes, goes out of his way. And he's a great dude. And his play speaks for itself. You look at our season, we went 8-8. Our defense was not good. Yeah. It's a fact. It sucks. And I was a part of it. I could be better 100%.
You guys shoulder some of that, like the heat he takes. You're like, man, if we just fucking played better on defense.
You look at our offense, we're ranked top 10. We average 28 points a game. We should not be 8-8. Yeah. That's not on Derek Carr. Derek Carr is balling. He's fucking hurtling in midair and trying to get a first down. Like, I respect the shit out of that. There's nothing I can say bad about him. The dude is awesome. And it is annoying. Like, people love, for some reason, he's like,
whatever reason.
Those guys, I know. They just go after him. Like, there's always trade rumors. There's always like, oh, we bringing him back. Like, it's just unbelievable. I don't know where it comes from, but it's unbelievable.
I don't either, man.
Yeah.
It might be them eyelashes. He's got them eyelashes that makes you kind of like, what's this fucking guy about? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
But
He's a
what?
good dude too.
This family played in the NFL? Like,
yeah, like I don't
I feel you on that. That was just kind of before. Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But I mean, he's like, Derek's a baller, dude.
He's been to 3 Pro Bowls.
It is. It's wild to me because you see something probably every other day. It's hilarious, and I just don't. I don't know. It's fascinating, especially when the D struggled.
The defense, we struggled heavily. We went through coaching changes.
You did.
I did a
little segment on that.
Yeah. We had a new coach. We had a bunch of new pieces that came in. No off season. Every level we had new guys playing that have never played together. Communication wise, it was not where it needed to be. Leadership wise, wasn't where it needed to be. And I take responsibility. That's something I definitely am going to work towards, and being a better leader and more vocal. But we just weren't on the same page, bro, at all. And it was tough. I felt it's just like, this is the worst thing. Like, you could lose a game, whatever, a tough game, and you're back and forth, but it's like everyone knows this is it's a fucking elephant in the room. Like, the defense is struggling. That bothers the shit out of me, bro. I can't lie. It was rough, but yeah, they try to use DC as like a scapegoat for every issue. I'm like, he's the one dude on the team that you don't have to worry about. Like, DC's gonna get the job
no
done,
question.
Bro. Like, it's crazy, bro. I feel like Stafford. It was similar to Stafford. Like, in Detroit, he had to go through all that shit, but like, everyone knows Stafford's a baller, bro.
Oh, he's a monster.
Like, so yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I had to. I talked about PG on one episode.
Yeah, I know.
Did you hear it? Did you listen?
I did.
PG called. PG called after that segment.
Okay.
And I was nervous. I was definitely nervous about it because I'm like, he called. Yeah, he called. He's like, hey, Comp, give me. Yeah.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
He's like, hey, Comp, it's PG. Give me a call back when you get this. I'm like, oh man, he's calling about that episode.
Yeah.
And the person inside me did not want to call him back.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if I'm gonna talk about him and I'm gonna talk about that issue on the pod, then I need to have the stones to call him back and talk to him.
Got to.
And so, we had a productive conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wasn't a big fan, and rightfully so. Like, it's fair. Like, and it's never on just one guy at 100%. All. It's not on one guy.
There's a lot of shit that goes into it, bro. Especially in the NFL. Like, there's a lot of things that go on, and like, yeah, no, I don't blame him for being mad. I don't blame.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you like it's another thing. It's like the pride thing. Pride is everything at the end of the day, and like, I get it. Like, me personally, my relationship with him, never had a problem with him. Dude is always good to me.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like, everybody has their own opinion, and it's like, that's fine. Like, you don't have to agree with everybody. That's like,
for sure. It's like, yeah. Like, I get it, man.
Everything. Like, it just is what it is. But yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, it was
it's probably an awkward conversation.
It was awkward. It was tough for sure. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't puss out by not calling back. Like, I would have been such a fraud. Yeah.
No.
I'm glad I did it. And it was fair that he didn't like it. But again, like, you're just talking about your own player perspective of everything.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, look, I can't help I couldn't get you back to Vegas. I'm like, bro, I promise it had nothing to do with that.
No, for sure.
Because I was close to coming. Yeah. I was close to coming, and fortunately, the Titans offered. What do you say?
Said no pause.
Yeah, I was close to coming. I was close to climax. But yeah, man, it sucked because I did want to go play for the Raiders again, but it was like you could not, having a home here and everything else and playing for the Titans. Like,
I don't blame you, bro. You got to do.
You saw the jersey swap.
Yeah.
When I was on the Raiders. Not only did you, but it was an awkward because I was like last coming in the locker room, and then it was kind of awkward the next day. Like, Versace didn't like it.
Rich was fucking with that. She's like a motherfucker,
dude. I know.
This fucker's taking pictures.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. Like, I struggled with that, but like, also I knew it was just in the moment. Like, I knew it was just anger and emotion. Like, in the moment, I was trying to like be outside of that and like, look, I know I'm on the back end. These moments don't just happen. Like, you don't just play in the NFL forever. Like, this is a game that I don't even remember what the score was now, but like, it's going to be an afterthought. And like, this moment, I just did it. But I knew I was gonna have some looks, some side eyes from it. Rightfully so. Sure. Like it was merited.
No, I 100%. I'm like, I got it. Like,
yeah,
bro. It's like
you're gonna bust my balls, but people, you like get it.
I just do it to piss you off and just have people.
Because Incognito's like, oh, for the fucking boys.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you fake motherfucker. And people, I knew they would flock to it. I'm
I know.
Just piss them off.
Yeah,
but yeah, I get it, bro. It's like me. If I play 10 years with the Raiders or whatever. And then I go somewhere else, and then I come back, and like I know all the coaches, I know people on the team.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I do the same thing. Like, I don't blame you.
Yeah, Rich chirped me. I love Rich. I respect the shit out of Coach Rich.
Fucking God,
Bisaccia. No, I no
cover that.
No.
You know?
I actually do though. Like I fuck with Rich. Like he's a good leader. He's a fucking leader amongst men, dude.
Strong fucking leader.
Phenomenal speeches too.
100%. He's a realist, bro. He will tell you exactly how it is. And he's another dude that when I was going through what I was going through, that was one motherfucker that he would FaceTime me all the time. Just to see, he's like, I want to see your face, man.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's a fucking real one, bro. I go and see him all the time. I just go in his office and shoot the shit. Like he's a good fucking dude.
No, he's fucking awesome. When I wrote that undrafted blog or whatever, he's like, hey, I fucking love this and stuff. And he's just dope. If you were around him, you know what I'm talking about. He's just fucking awesome.
He's different, bro.
Yeah,
he's a different animal.
Yeah. Shout out Georgia Boot, the world's most comfortable boot. Georgia Boot is America's hardest working boot, and for 80 years, Georgia's been making boots that work as hard as you do. Tough enough for your job and cool enough for everything else. Georgia Boot makes super good looking and super comfortable boots, so comfortable you never want to take them off. These boots will hold up in any condition without sacrificing any of the comfort. It has comfort technology of an athletic shoe packed into a phenomenal looking boot. Boots so great looking, they're wildly comfortable at a price that you can afford. Every time I'm wearing these boots, the boys are asking where I get them. Max, he texts me all the time. Will, Comp, where do you get your boots, man? They look phenomenal. And I always tell him every time, Georgia Boot. Whether you're working on your feet all day, working around the house, or grilling out with your boys, these boots won't sacrifice comfort or style. Georgia Boot offers the best work boots, wedges, and loggers around. And whether you need a waterproof boot, steel toe, soft toe, square toe, Met guard, non-puncture shank, non-slip sole, they've got it all. Head over to georgiaboot.com and use code BUSSIN, that's BUSSIN, for 20% off from the boys to you at georgiaboot.com. All right, right now, the new NFL salary cap. It's been like what everybody's calling it, what, Massacre Week? I think Pat McAfee show. Credit the Pat McAfee show calling it Massacre Week. But dudes have been getting cut. Guys who had big deals, they might be getting longer in the tooth. Guys are getting cut. Deals are getting restructured. You're seeing these new deals like Levante. He signed, my boy Levante David. He just signed a big deal. Baby. 2 years, 25, 20 guaranteed.
Fucking big deal.
17 and a half at signing. But so instead of like, I want to say it's like the signing bonus that they might be spreading. Instead of spreading it out over 2 years, he signed for like 5 years, right? 3 voidable years. Yeah. So they're able to spread that signing bonus out for like 5 years. Like teams are getting savvy and creative.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's been a crazy week. How do you feel about the Chiefs, because they're in the division, letting go of both of their tackles? What did you think when you saw that come across the ticker?
Well, honestly, it definitely surprised me. Like it was funny. I woke up in the morning and I had so many people fucking doing like different memes and shit. They're like, Maxx Crosby when he wakes up this morning, blah blah. And it's like these crazy ass memes, and I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, like I don't know, bro. It's tough. Like Eric Fisher tore his Achilles. Like that's tough. Like, oh yeah. So it's like, yeah, like I don't know. It puts the team in a hard spot. It puts the player in a hard spot. And like Mitchell Schwartz he's been dealing with a lot of back problems, and he's had issues too. So I don't know if they're gonna bring the guys back. But like I played the Chiefs this year. The first time I played, they were both playing, and the second time, I think Schwartz was out. Yeah, so Schwartz was out, and Fisher was a little bit banged up. So like. Yeah, you saw what happened. Like they were struggling, bro.
And now they just let go of both them starters.
Yeah, so obviously, they have a plan. They're not dumb. They're not
going to not do anything.
They're going to revamp and get some guys for sure. So
I saw one funny one. It was like Mahomes, because he was trying to put the team on his back in the Super Bowl. But he's like throwing the ball laterally, and they're like, fuck it. Like, we'll put it all on Pat Mahomes. Like, yeah, we saw him, get rid of the whole line, clear up the cap space and just let Pat Mahomes do his thing. Yeah. But that stuff's wild. And then Dak, he signs a huge deal with the Cowboys. Jerry Jones ponies up and pays him. Yeah. And some people were saying that could be tipping off the TV money.
Yeah.
I saw something where it's like he could be tipping off what the TV deals might look like between the NFL. But it's been a wild offseason already, and it honestly hasn't even started because free agency opens up next week.
I'm excited. I low-key love this time of the year, just like seeing all this shit. As a kid and like in high school and shit, I was so fucking into it. Like, all right, who's signing here? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I grew up a fucking diehard Lions fan, ironically. It's kind of funny, but...
You grew up a diehard Lions fan?
I lived in Michigan until I was 10. Then I moved to Texas and went to middle school, high school out there. So I was a big Lions fan. So I was always locked in on free agency. Like now, like being in the league, it's like, oh shit, now you really know what's going on. And like, it's interesting. It's scary, but I kind of like it's entertaining for sure.
All right. Has there anybody that's gotten the axe from the Raiders?
Yeah, we.
I saw Trent Brown. You guys dealt Trent.
Yeah, we cut 3 of our starting alignment.
Damn.
We cut Richie and we cut Trent.
No way.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. I don't know if people are coming back. Like some maybe.
You guys got some big free agents up too.
Yeah, bro. This is gonna be interesting. I don't know. It's crazy, bro. There's like
I know Nick Morrow.
New something every day. Yeah, like
he's up.
Yeah, Nick Morrow, Nelson Aguilar had a fucking amazing season. I don't know what it's going to happen with Jonathan Hankins, my boy Big Hank.
Yeah, man.
He's a free agent. I don't know what they're going to... it's interesting, bro.
Mayock and Gruden are in the lab, dude. You know they're in the lab.
God, bro. Mayock... I know Mayock is in there like... He's having like 18-hour days or something ridiculous.
He seems like he just loves this shit, dude.
Oh, yeah. I've had the conversation with him. And he's like, this is my dream job. I worked at NFL Network. I did that. I just studied players 24/7. They came to me with this opportunity, and now I really get to do it. Like, this is what I've always wanted to do. Yeah. And he'd like, boom. Now he's a fucking real NFL GM. And like, that dude knows football like no other.
Inside out,
bro. And Gruden's the same way.
I love how he says tape, too.
Oh, yeah, tape. You got to watch the tape. And fucking, he's so serious about everything. But I love Mayock, though. And Gruden, they're dialed.
Are you going to see him next week?
Yeah, I see him all the time.
Hey, put it.
I'm always in there.
Throw in a little word.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got this guy, Will Compton. He's going to come in.
Hey, remember Comp?
You need a week 10.
Yeah, hey, remember
if something
Comp?
goes, left, you know who you got on the you know who you got with Will.
Yeah. Growing up, you mentioned playing ball in Texas.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What was it like playing high school football in Texas? Were you actually in it? Like where'd you actually play at? Like what area?
So I played at Colleyville Heritage. We played Trinity, we played South Lake Carroll, some of the best teams in the fucking country, bro. Like our division, my senior year was one of the highest ranked like conferences in the country. Like there was dudes, like I was telling you on the way here, like we played Cedar Hill in the first round of the playoffs at Cowboy Stadium. They had like 15 to 20 Division I players. Like in my school, we were 6A, so we're the highest of the high rankings. So of our school, like we were the one school that didn't have crazy talent. Because a lot of those schools, the South Lake Carrolls, they have like 6,000 kids. Like Allen's 30 minutes down the road where Kyler Murray went. Yeah. They have like it's like a college campus. It's unbelievable. So like us, we were just at the limit where we had enough kids where we could be 6A. But once I left, we went down. Like we lost a couple hundred kids and we went down to 5A. So like my last 2 years, like high school, like we were, bro, every game was a war. Like the environment, like we had 15,000 in our high school
Jesus
stadium.
Christ.
Like we have big ass stadiums. Like our stadium was sick.
Oh, so you were playing Texas football.
Oh, we're playing real, like every week, bro. I played like, there was a stretch during that season. We played like 10 games in high school. I played like 6 weeks in a row of Division I Power 5 tackles. It was my first year playing DN. Bro, I was a linebacker my whole life and just hit a growth spurt. And they're like, I was 6'5" and goofy and fucking awkward. They're like, oh, we're not going to play a middle linebacker. I'm like, and we had new coaches and everything. So I'm like, all right.
Like, hey, man, you run like a giraffe. You cannot play linebacker anymore. No, move him up.
They're like, put him on the line. So I played DN, bro. I played against Alabama, an Alabama kid, fucking Connor Williams. He was a starting tackle for Coppell, and he's a starting guard for the Cowboys now. There's fucking every fucking week, bro, kids at a big school, Texas Tech. It was like This is my first year playing DN. I'm just trying to
not in Missouri, dude.
Doing my thing, bro.
Hey, not in Missouri.
Fuck yeah. Like I was able to do my thing. I was making plays, but like it was real football. Like that shit was fucking life. Like the parents the tailgates were fucking insane. The whole parking lot, everybody's at the game, bro. Every Friday night it was like fucking party, bro. It was nuts. Like I loved it. It was unreal.
Yeah, not Missouri. I'm just sitting here listening to him like, man.
It's like,
hey, Missouri wasn't shit.
Well,
dude.
you went to fucking Nebraska. You have
that's true.
Sold out. I went to
you went to Eastern Michigan.
We literally had 15,000, 20,000 other games, maybe, at college games.
Did you see the shit like going on with Nebraska?
No.
Talking about him trying to not play OU. I don't know. I think it's money. I'm not. Listen.
That's why.
Scott Frost and the boy.
Yeah.
Scott Frost and the boys. Anytime, anywhere. He said it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime. We might lose. You know what I'm saying? The probability is higher based on the way we've been performing. But the boys, they ain't backing down from Oklahoma. It's the suits. There's some shit going on. You know what I mean?
I'll bet you right now they lose by 30.
You're going to give me a 30-point spread? You're going to give me 30?
30 points. Nebraska versus OU?
34.
Rattlers
Give me 34. Give me 34
on the board. Okay, 34. Relax. 28.
Oh, you getting a little. Good. Hey, did you see it?
I'll do 30.
All right. We'll go to 30. Y'all saw it here.
That's going to be bad.
Hey, did you see his?
Sorry. No, I love it.
No, dude. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be at Lincoln, but something's going to get figured out. Somebody from the OU side leaked something because they're not getting their way in some negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's involved inside four walls that have nothing to do with the guys on the field, nothing to do with the coaches. Those boys in Nebraska, they're ready to go. Anytime, anywhere. Scott Frost said it. And again, you might get your shit pushed in, but we ain't backing down. You know what I'm saying?
Down. Wait, I have a question. Did you play with Malik?
No.
He after you?
He just got there when I left. Okay. But I know Malik. I know he's an awesome dude.
And that's my dude.
Yeah, I get to watch him on I see him on Instagram. Yeah, he's a grinder. Looks like a grinder out there with that dude who does all the hand shit. You know what I'm saying?
Malik can fucking hit some bags.
He said Malik can fucking hit some.
He makes the drills look like.
He was a hell of a player at Nebraska.
He was single digit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was number 7.
You see a single digit D lineman with a fucking gut, you're like, oh, he's fucking.
Yeah, he had some sauce to him, bro.
First round.
Him and Randy Gregory were on the same line of scrimmage.
Randy was one of my favorite players, bro.
Dude, he had some sauce.
I loved his fucking tape, bro. And he came back this year and balled the fuck out.
Yeah, he's had those off-field issues. He's got like 9 lives, dude. He's like a fucking cat.
Yeah, he is.
He's lucky.
He is.
That he's getting all those opportunities. Because he's a stud. I'm talking about genetics. Bro, he housed one in Nebraska, and it looked like he belonged with the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
I forget who they were playing, but I remember watching
the ball like this. Like,
yeah, bro.
Just fucking gliding, bro.
Yeah, drop back and pick one.
All the time, bro. I love watching him play.
Dude, he was a monster. Who'd you play with at Eastern Michigan?
We didn't have any guys get drafted my year besides me. So. But yeah, I have a bunch of my guys.
Did you go to any good bowl games? Or did you go to a bowl game?
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. Like that was the thing. Like you're a fucking hater, bro. Fucking hater, bro. But
what bowl games did you go to?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you the story of Eastern. We went to.
But what bowl games?
We went to the Bahamas Bowl.
Okay.
And we went to the fucking Camellia Bowl.
What's that?
Montgomery, Alabama, baby.
You said Chlamydia Bowl?
Clap Bowl. Yeah, it was great. No, but we've yeah, bro. When I first, it's a great venue.
The Bahama Bowl. Like he was just gonna eat like he hit me with that one. You know what I'm saying?
Mean, bro. We stay at Atlantis. We get to fucking be in. It was awesome. It's a great time. You bring up
a good point. I've been to Atlantis. It's a great time.
We had a fucking blast. I was a freshman. I was fucking partying, having a fucking ball, bro. We were wild. All my boys, we didn't care. It was so much fun. But yeah, it was great, bro. I went to Eastern. We were 1-11 my redshirt year when I redshirted. I was like 210 pounds when I got there. I was fucking looked like I don't even know. I looked like a child, a baby deer. And I ended up, doing my thing, and my recruiting class came in, the next one came in, and we changed the whole thing. My coach, Coach Creighton, big shout out to Coach Creighton, he changed the whole program, bro. We went there. We were the worst. We were the laughing stock of Division I football. We were ranked 128. I think that's how many D1 teams are. We were ranked 128. when I got there. The worst of the worst. And we went there, bro. We went to fucking 2 bowl games. The one year we didn't make it, we were 1 game off, but like we really changed that shit around and competed like against everybody. Like, it was sick.
You learn something new every day. I thought y'all were NAIA.
Okay, let's relax. We're in the MAC, baby. Yeah, what do you know about Maxx?
Hey, I'll tell you what, I enjoy.
We'll show up and play anywhere. We'll play on a fucking Tuesday night at Ball State in the rain in fucking November, freezing. We'll go.
I do enjoy the Maxx social media.
Oh, come on,
the
bro.
Big Cat doing all the Maxx stuff.
Bro,
it's hilarious.
Loves Maxx, bro. Come on,
it's hilarious.
it's big time.
So Maxx is the one I always talk about when I say, like, when I got to the Raiders, there's a teammate that says, like, oh, Bussin with the boys. Who knew of Bussin with the boys when I got there? Maxx was the first player to where you're like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, you know, other guys know about it. Other pro guys know about it. And Maxx is the one. Maxx is the one I always refer to.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. Always.
Yeah. Remember that?
Shit, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I watched the show before I even knew you and shit, so we signed Will Compton. I'm like, that's Bussin with the boys. Well, I'm like, no fucking way.
Let's go, dude.
So when I saw you, I'm like, oh, I gotta say something.
Had to get you a hat. Had to get a lot of guys a fucking
the whole
hat.
fucking team ended up having them, but
yeah,
bro, no, it's cool. Do
you still rock the hat? I haven't seen it in a while.
Nah, not all the time. I really don't wear it much, but I got like 100 of these. They give us this company, shout out Residency. You know,
no free shout outs to companies, dude.
But big shout out. They hook me up. But they give me hats on hats and just every color.
Just the LV?
Just the LV, bro. And I'm a snapback guy.
Do you enjoy living out in Vegas?
I love it, bro. I love it.
It's pretty out there, right?
Hell yeah. It's like literally Vegas is a bowl. Like it's literally, there's Vegas, you got Henderson, Summerlin, and then it's just surrounded by fucking desert, but everything's right there. Like everyone thinks, okay, Vegas, it's the fucking strip and it's just going 24/7, but that's only the strip, like that direct little spot. But I live 20 minutes away. I'm in Henderson, a quiet ass little gated community. I don't hear anything. It's like, I have a homie like feel. Like in California, it was the opposite. I was like in a tiny apartment with my fucking dogs, and me and my girl are stuffed, and we hated it. And like now we have a house, we got a pool. You know, we fucking just relax. Like it's really cool. So
I had that
not what you
extended stay. He's talking about his situation.
Yeah, you know.
Were you ever in the extended stay?
Life's good. Oh, what do you mean? I stayed when I was getting ready for my pro day, and even after my pro day, I was in a fucking extended stay in Ann Arbor, in Michigan.
Have you been in Alameda's?
No.
I would have loved to have compared it.
You always talk about it.
God.
Yeah, there was a few guys staying there.
I would walk in and I would have to get checked by the skin doctor because I'd have all these bites on my fucking body.
You had literally bad bites.
Yeah. Dog. I'd come home, there'd be a little bit of like some EAAs, essential amino acids, like a little bit of powder, like dust on the table. And I'd come in and there'd just be a frenzy of ants, dude. I had to move rooms. Another situation would happen.
Yeah, extended stays they're rough. But
hey,
I like the one in Ann Arbor.
Bro.
The people there
I'm talking
great.
rough.
Great people though.
Just smelled like weed the whole time. Dude, Alameda was fucking...
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it.
It's like the Cecil Hotel, bro.
What's up? Yeah, Shay.
Serial killers. Everybody's going through that bitch.
Just cigarettes, homeless people, Hotel, and sex, dude.
Yeah, literally.
But hey, shout out Alameda Extended Stay.
Big shout out Alameda.
God, but that was a grind. I had to persevere in that one.
I bet.
But do we have anything else? Heading into this last segment, this final segment of the pod is brought to you by Bare Bottom Clothing. Shout out the boys at Bare Bottom Clothing. After spending months at home this winter, warmer weather is finally on the horizon, and it's time to break out of your hibernation in style and comfort with Bare Bottom Clothing. Bare Bottom Clothing is the go-to for the most versatile, comfortable, and wearable everyday clothing for men. With a rapidly growing cult following of over 100,000 customers and countless 5-star reviews, you know that you're getting quality everyday threads for a fraction of what you have to spend with the other guys. Bare Bottom's Zero Chafe Stretch Swim Trunks. I will say that again like I do every time. Zero Chafe Stretch Swim Trunks feature quick drying 4-way stretch fabric made sustainably from recycled plastic bottles. And their wildly versatile Volley Short Swim Hybrid is the go-to for trips on land or sea. My personal experience is listening to Taylor FaceTime me the other day and him ask the question, have you gotten the bare bottom swimming trunks yet? I personally have not. I got the button downs, but he was swearing by the swim trunks because of the zero chafe technology involved in the fabric. And he, basically said, you need to email the boys at Barstool and have bare bottom send the boys some swim trunks. So bare bottom, I need you to send me some bare bottom swimming trunks. They're built for value. You're getting comfortable, made to last swim trunks, shorts, and tees that won't break the bank. Thousands of guys have already made bare bottom the MVP of their closet and keep coming back for more. While bare bottom typically donates shorts to children in need through their One For You, One For Them program, they are switching things up. And for a limited time, Bare Bottom will donate a protective mask to a first responder, teacher, or someone in need for each item purchased. Right now, our listeners get free shipping on their first order of these super comfortable threads at barebottomclothing.com with code BUSSIN. Just go to barebottomclothing.com. That's BEAR like the animal, clothing. Let me say that again. That's BEARBOTTOM. clothing.com and use code BUSSIN to get free shipping on your first order from barebottomclothing.com. Shout out the boys. Swim comfortably. Oh, what'd he say? Guys drinking before games?
Yeah, he was interviewed on the Ryan Russillo podcast, and he said there was a time when he played a game with a guy that was drunk in the huddle who ended up going for like 200 yards that game. And there's a bunch of other quotes that they pulled up too. Like Clinton Portis said that he and Santana Moss would take shots of Hennessy pregame to boost adrenaline.
Yeah, that's true.
Josh Gordon said he would take a couple shots of Grand Marnier and take the biggest bong rip he could. Like our guys doing this
Josh
before
Gordon,
games.
bro. Like I don't.
It's Josh Gordon, so
Yeah, like,
you would assume he's taking
The Hennessy shot's a normal thing. I had people at Easter and they would fucking before the game, before our coach pulled us up. I had a couple of my boys. They would run in the shower, smack the shot, and they're like fucking ready to go. I never did that. I don't know. It kind of freaks me out. Like,
I never
I need to be in my fucking mind. Like, I don't.
Like too many checks going on that I got to hit. Hey, checking empty. What are we checking empty to?
Like, I don't know if I fucking take a shot for a game doing some crazy shit. But cut that out.
The Clinton Portis Santana Moss thing's true because teammates at Washington would say them and Santana, like they had all ripped shots of Hennessy before a game. Yeah, I mean,
at least 3.
That's what I've heard stuff like that. I heard Antonio Brown would show up like right at game time, like when he was on the Steelers.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't really.
Yeah. He was gone before the season, but that was rough.
But I know the Santana people take Henny to the head. I'm more like pass a doggy bag around a pre-workout type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
To the dome.
Yeah.
What was it like playing against Taylor?
It was a tough game.
God, now that you bring that up.
I think.
What did I offer you? Every sack that you got, what was it? A few $100s?
Like $500. So you probably shouldn't say that on starting bounty program.
We're not in college anymore.
Yeah, well,
but this was sacks on Taylor. It wasn't like hey, on Taylor. Hurt somebody.
But it was tough, bro. Like I don't know. I felt like how the Titans are. They literally just pound the ball, and then they hit you with play action. So you're not really getting a good feel of as a DN getting off the ball and like, because most of the time they're running that ball, but the one time you kind of get off slow because you think it's a run, they're fucking launching that bitch downfield to AJ. So like, I already knew like it was tough. Taylor's good too, so Taylor's throwing different shit and like when you're protected in that way when you got the play action, it helps your line. And I'm gonna say this, Taylor, I want to play you again. I do. And I think it's going to be
the offer's still on the table.
It is, and I'm going to take up Will on that bet, and I think Taylor's a beast. Though. Big shout out to Taylor. But
he
all my shout out.
I remember walking up to Maxx that week. I'm like, hey, I need you to get sacks on the boy. Like I'll give you 500 per, bro. Like, but you got to get sacks on the boy. But it didn't work out the way we thought it would.
We were sick, bro.
See what happened was. First play of the game. I've talked about it before. I'm fucking sitting on the bench because Saffold almost put me there, but it wasn't. It didn't go the way we thought it would. Yeah,
he's a horse. He's huge, bro. The whole O line is fucking.
Oh yeah,
massive.
The boys got a nice O line.
Yeah,
shout out the boys, man. But and one more thing on the stitch with the Washington football team. because I just thought of this. There was somebody, I won't say names, but a safety that played on Washington who at halftime would go into the bathroom stall with basically, what do they call I'm drawing a blank right now, the fishing boxes. Tackle box. With like a tackle box of, stuff.
The sauce.
At halftime. What's up?
Just like a known thing, like
people knew that this guy was doing it. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to, be for the boys. People probably figure it out, but
yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, I mean, you see some shit, man.
Bro, what? In my 2 years, I've seen some of the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
What's the craziest thing you've seen in your 2 years?
I'm not gonna fucking.
Well, don't say names
or anything like that. It's just like.
Yeah, I don't want you to say names because we got to protect the boys,
of course. But just the environment is not what I expected. I did not feel like there would be so many people as wild as myself when I first came in the league. I thought I was by myself.
Dudes get after it, dude. I would come in.
Party, bro.
I would come in on a Saturday, travel day, days you would travel, and there would be a couple dudes sleeping in their lockers because they went out hard in DC the night before on a Friday night.
Yeah, bro. I've seen people
just drunk and have to go stay at the facility.
Bro, the crazy shit I've seen for me is we play on a Sunday, and I've seen guys go out on Friday nights to 4 a.m. and drink in strip clubs, shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dudes get after it.
Yeah, they get after it.
I mean, there's that stereotypical life that people try to imagine. It's out there sometimes.
It's a fucking wild life.
Dudes who last, or is it guys who don't stick around long?
No. Most of the guys
really.
that I'm referring to with that shit are not even on the team anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the two I was thinking of that slept at the lockers, they weren't. It didn't last long, maybe a year or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But there are guys who are ballers who are fucking crazy too. They'll do some wild shit. There's some Pro Bowlers who fucking get after it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some guys that just know how to handle. I don't know.
Well, you're just surprised they just have the gift.
Yeah, you would never expect in a million years that they party like that or anything like that. Just from their.
I mean, Ocho Cinco isn't a partier, but it's very well documented that he just ate McDonald's every day.
Yeah.
I mean, some guys can just do shit that makes zero sense.
The average man can't do. Yeah,
no,
it's crazy.
No, one of my boys would come in and he'd be have a bag of fast food or something, right, and eat during a meeting. You know what I mean? And it's just yo, what the fuck? We got practice.
Yeah, bro. If I
ate that, I'd be puking,
shitting and puking at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
Literally projectile. I would be fucked
we had this
bro.
strength coach at Nebraska, Willie Jones. I think he's a strength coach at Illinois now, but he got initiated into the strength staff with Dawson and them, and they pushed a prowler, I think a sled, maybe 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
and they had to put their body weight on the sled and push it 1,000 yards. So you pushing, how much do you weigh?
Fuck that, 270.
270 on a prowler, and you'd have to push it 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
it was something crazy like that. But they said Willie was shaking and fucking hurting so bad he had to go puke. And while he was puking in the stall, he started shitting himself. Shit just started running down his leg.
Oh my God, bro.
Tough look.
We had a kid at Easter, bro. We did shit similar to that when we would have our fucking stadium days. We had 24 of them or 22 or whatever. It was a crazy number. We're running all the way up the stadium. You fucking jog down, you're fucking hitting it. And we'd have overtime. So we're already fucking dead. We go, overtime, blah, blah, blah. We're like, no. You'd have to pick up whoever's you figure out who you team up with. You have a buddy. And you have to throw them on your fucking back and run up the stadium.
Yo.
And come back down, bro. It was fucked
The shit that coaches make up.
Getting speed wobbles. There would be guys it's your group. So you got 10 guys. There'll be one fucking dude who's a running back and he'll get stuck with a fucking moose, 320-pound guy and has to carry him. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that because I'll drop your fat ass down the whole stadium. It's crazy. We were fucking.
Oh my gosh. I had a roommate, Alfonso, and he faked passing out. He faked a cramp because you were gassed after this huge, what do they call it? County fair, workout. One of those county fair workouts where you got 8 stations. You're doing all these drills with vests on, pushing prowlers, doing the most, bro. Yeah. And you're destroyed at the end. Yeah. And he's like, all right, not overtime, but it was it was basically that's what it was. We're going to do extra. Yeah. get on the line. We're going to do jingle jangles where you just run certain ladders, like 5 back, 10 back, or 10 back, 15 back, 10 back, 20 back, shit like that. And you don't know when you're going to stop. It's like, all right, on the line, jingle jangles. And my roommate Fonzo, he screamed with his high pitched voice, and just literally acted like he just fainted and passed out. And they sprayed him down like right there with the cooler water, and they had to pick him up, and he got picked up by like 4 people, and they went and just dropped him in the cold tub, and they just they chalked it up as like a full body cramp. No, but we were freshmen. Like, it was our first hard workout. We were freshmen,
bro. Your first couple weeks in college are the fucking worst.
They try and break you.
We had a kid when I was my sophomore year. There was a kid who shit himself in the meeting. He was so tired and exhausted. We went in the meeting. It was an old lineman. And this dude was dying, bro. He was so exhausted. We had meetings after. He's literally crawling into the meeting room. And he got up out of his chair after he was done with the meeting, and there was literally a shit streak in his chair, bro. It was fucked up, bro.
Dude, you see some shit when you're in college, man.
What? You're dying.
And you think that's life. And then when you're on the other side of it, you're like, yo, how ridiculous is college?
Bro, what? It was fucking, oh my God. The first couple of weeks were just unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, bro.
Absolutely.
Maxx Crosby, Bussin' with the boys. I appreciate you, man. This was a fucking blast.
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to you guys. If you enjoyed this episode and love and support Bussin' with the Boys, go to whatever podcast platform you're on and subscribe to us. Leave a review, rate 5 stars. If you're already subscribed, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It helps the boys climb the charts. And again, we wouldn't be doing this and can't do this without you guys and all of your support. We also have a YouTube channel. If you'd like to watch our show or these episodes, they're on YouTube at Bussin' with the Boys. We're also on social media at Bussin' WTB. You can follow us everywhere. Go buy our merch. You guys know that whole deal. But thank you so much. We are forever grateful for you. The biggest of hugs and tiniest of kisses. For the boys, always and forever.